The Eagles quarterback was not listed on the team's injury report Tuesday for the first time since spraining his shoulder back in Week 15. Elsewhere, there's a new top titan in Tennessee. The team is hiring 49ers Director of Player Personnel Rand Carthon as their new general manager. Cardinals owner Michael Bidwill said Tuesday his team will have a new head coach in, quote, a matter of days. And their search is heating up. Arizona interviewed former Colts head coach Frank Reich and requested an interview with Broncos D coordinator Ejiro Evero. Evero interviewed for the Texans head coach job Tuesday. Houston also interviewed Rams assistant head coach Thomas Brown. One top head coach candidate isn't going anywhere. Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson says he's staying in Detroit after interviews with the Colts and Texans. The Colts also requested an interview with Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
At Staples, you can count on every project being print perfect, guaranteed.
I need presentations and brochures printed, and they have to be perfect.
Your bounded presentations, brochures with the finest folds, and more will be done right every time. That's our Print Big promise. Now at Staples, get $10 off your document printing and marketing materials order of $50 or more, plus 20% back by a store bonus. Try Staples and see the difference. Ends 2/11. Rewards members only. Bonus must be redeemed in store. See staples.com/stores/printbig for details.
They say they'll get your biggest tax refund. Jackson Hewitt says your biggest tax refund guaranteed, and a chance to double your tax refund. Thousands in weekly prizes during the Double Your Refund sweepstakes. Your biggest refund times 2, twice the money, so forget about them. File your taxes on the double at Jackson Hewitt today. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to U.S. residents 18 or older who file a 2022 federal tax return. Promotion ends 4/2/23. Visit jacksonhewitt.com for rules.
And we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Centro, California. Good day, sunshine. Yeah, it's a Wednesday already, the 18th day of January 2023. We're going to get into the news early because we have a visit with Mayor George Nava of Brawley, and we'll get to that in local news. Let's take a look at big shot birthdays today. Singer-songwriter Bobby Goldsboro is 82. Brett Hudson of the Hudson Brothers, 70. Kevin Costner, 68. And actor Mark Rylance is 63. Actor Allison Argrim is 61. Actor Jane Horrocks, 59. Comedian Dave Attell is 58. Actor Jesse L. Martin, 54. And let's see, who else has a birthday today? Actor Derek Richardson, 47. Actor Zico Zaki is 33. Actor Mateus Ward is 24. And, we even have a bunch of local birthdays to celebrate. And, we will do that coming up. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. What a great place to visit. Now, the Peanut Patch is offering tours. Yes, they are. Every Tuesday and Friday. Sign up for a tour of the Peanut Patch. You're going to love what you see. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. The store carries homemade chocolates. They make their own fresh English toffee. Pecan turtles made from a special recipe from scratch. You'll love what you find in the store at the Peanut Patch. You'll love the tour as well. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Google thepeanutpatch.com. Get directions and head to the Peanut Patch in Yuma and enjoy. Oh, by the way, the Peanut Patch ships gift packages all over the world. The Peanut Patch in Yuma. Enjoy. We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Rosemary Jernigan, Alice Garcia Lovell, Lisa Dry, Josiah Ibarra, Roberto Mercado, Yesenia Peralta Vasquez, Ellie Keating, Ray Lovell Jr., Christina Guerrero, Nick Pitones, Matthew Matavai, Fernando Escalante, Norma Acuna, Tina Dagnino, Leticia Clark, and Naomi Arevalo. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay, and very happy birthday and many returns. We do have the mayor of Brawley, George Nava, And we're going to get into that very quickly. And right now, we're going to start off with a look at World and California news headlines. And that is brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. Here it comes.
Their system, as we've seen the past few weeks, but another system is moving through the state, targeting mostly the northern region.
As it moves to the southeast, it looks like very little precipitation for Southern California, but could be a good quick hitter for Northern California.
Monica Trapphagen with the Weather Service saying the cold front that comes with it will drop many areas to freezing. As authorities investigate that mass homicide in the Tulare County community of Goshen, they're urging people not to speculate based on information they get online.
I would caution you, please don't be listening to factual information from social media. That is not where you will find your facts.
Sheriff Mike Boudreau saying the killings were likely gang or cartel related based on their brutality and sophistication. The victims including a 10-month-old baby and the child's teenage mother. A member of the Mongols biker gang sentenced to 10 years in prison for killing a Pomona SWAT officer. David Martinez shot the officer in the back of the neck in San Gabriel in 2014. Jeff Scott, California News.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
CBS News Brief. A helicopter crash has killed at least 16 people in a suburb of Kyiv, including Ukraine's interior minister and 3 children. CBS's Holly Williams.
It was reportedly dark and foggy at the time of the crash, but so far the Ukrainian authorities haven't said anything explicit about the cause of this. And there's been no official suggestion at this point that Russia was in any way involved.
A man from the Boston suburbs has just arrived at court for arraignment on charges of killing his missing wife. Norfolk District Attorney Michael Morrissey.
Additional details of the investigation and the evidence in support of those charges are likely to be presented at arraignment, but will not be disclosed at this time.
Police say evidence includes a bloody knife found in the couple's basement. Retail sales fell a greater than expected 1.1% in December, and a party store is feeling the pinch.
Party City. Nobody has more birthdays for less.
Party City has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your comfort specialist year-round.
People who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
If you feel sick, test to know if it's COVID. Treat it. Medication is key to slow the virus in your body. Beat it. Recover smoother. You may test negative sooner. California, you know you need it. Test it, treat it, you can beat it.
If you test positive for COVID, ask for medication. Visit youcanbeatit.org or call 833-422-4255. Sponsored by the California Department of Public Health.
California headline.
Is page 1 of the local news. Page 1 a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you in the Imperial Valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news, we have a visit with the mayor of Brawley, George Nava.
And so we did have a few members of the public that attended, and they presented under public comment, and it was regarding 805 Bar and Grill that's located on Main Street in Brawley. These were residents from the Ciudad Plaza that live across the way. And so some of them are elderly or senior, and they had complaints with respect to the noise and the music that's playing at late hours. So there was a petition that was signed by 49 residents of that location to the plaza. So that was brought to the city council under public comment. City staff will review that and see if there's anything that can be done to help accommodate some of their concerns. So that was brought forth before us. We also had the privilege of hearing from Damon Sorsons, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, and he is leading that charge. He provided an update on the things that are taking place at the local hospital here in Brawley and the relationship with the hospital in El Centro. So I would encourage you, if you want to know more about that, please visit our Facebook page for the city of Brawley and watch the video. I think it's very informative. What he shared was very useful for all of us, for the public and for the residents, not just Brawley, but of Imperial County. So check out his comments there on our Facebook page. It was recorded, and you'll get to see that. I also would like to share with you, we had a presentation from SBDC, which is the Small Business Development Center. Virgiana Rosales Trujillo presented, and she is the interim workforce development office manager there. And so she is working to help better small business. She presented just briefly on some of the support services and training that they provide for entrepreneurs and small business owners. So that is that's great. And she is, again, the manager and business project advisor. I think I misquoted her title, but she's a manager and business project advisor there. So anyway, reach out to her if you need assistance with your small business. We had a few items on consent agenda. Then we went on to regular business. Regular business, a majority of our regular business just surrounded itself around a city property that's through the redevelopment agency and trying to put that back in the hands of the city of Brawley for public benefit and for water improvement. So we worked through that issue, and it was, it's something that takes some time. It's not something that's overnight, but that was decided by council. We also issued a letter of support to the city of Calexico for their for the fact that they are receiving local asylum seekers, and hopefully they can qualify to get some federal funding to offset the expense that they're going to have with that. We also were given an update on some signage that is being proposed for the city of Brawley, and that's just informational signage. So it would be placed somewhere on Main Street, possibly near City Hall, or possibly near the police station, and it would just be like an information sign where city events or other items that we're trying to let the public know about would be broadcast. So that's that's just for the public benefit. And lastly, we did have in closed session, we discussed some potential litigation. Obviously, I can't share those things with you, but I hope in the future we're able to share some of the things that were discussed there. I will tell you, there is an update, and it's been discussed in public a few times, but there hopefully will be a discussion on Wildcat Road in Brawley and how that's going to be opening up soon. So that is just a real short recap of what took place at our city council meeting on January 17th.
That's the mayor of Brawley. KXO News Time is 7:41.
Are here for you. Lube oil and
Take
filter
care.
change, alignments, brakes, batteries, tune-ups, and so much more. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. And now, Quick Lane has 3 locations in the Valley. In the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, at El Centro Motors, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, ready to serve.
Well, question for you this morning. How does a chicken cross the road?
Well, why did the chicken cross the road?
You'll have to ask him. He will speak for himself. But the El Centro police were busy with chicken calls on Tuesday. At about 11:25 a.m., police were notified that there were 4 chickens walking in the street in the area of Waterman and Crookshank Street. Officers contacted a woman who was nearby, and it was determined that they were her chickens. The birds were moved out of the road, and the woman was issued a citation for an unrelated parking violation. About an hour later, El Centro Police responded to the area of 12th and Main Street after receiving a report a rooster walking around the sidewalk. The rooster was gone by the time the officer arrived. The two instances do not appear to be related. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane, Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Don't forget about Quick Lane's mobile van. They'll come to you.
There's a lot going on right now, and broadcasters are on the ground covering all of it, bringing you the weather, the traffic, and breaking news, all while entertaining you 24 hours a day. Someone needs to tell you what's going on around the world and in our hometowns, and that someone is us. We are free radio. We are always there. We are broadcasters. Visit wearebroadcasters.com or text radio to 52886 to learn more. Furnished by NAB and this station.
And it's page 2 of the local news with weather, and it is brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
In other local news this morning, the California Midwinter Fair has plans for a job fair. George Gale explains.
It is in preparation for the upcoming fair. Midwinter Fair and Fiesta this year will run from March 3rd through March 12th. Organizers will be holding a job fair on January 28th in the Casa de Mañana building on the fairgrounds. It'll begin at 10 a.m. They'll be looking to hire maintenance, admissions, and security. A guard card is required to work security. Applications can be downloaded now and filled out ahead of time. Applications are available at ivfairgrounds.com. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
The owners of 3 Imperial Valley taco shops have been charged with fraud. The 4 are alleged to have received in excess of $500,000 of Paycheck Protection Program loans issued during the COVID-19 pandemic and misappropriating the funds. Samuel Vega, Anne Maria Mendebles, Carlos Contreras, and Juan Diego Tom were owners of the Las Palmitas taco shop in Imperial County. Complaint charging the 4 has been filed in Imperial County Court by Imperial County District Attorney Jorge Marquez. The state charges are for felony fraud and conspiracy to commit fraud. The FBI, Imperial County Resident Agency, along with the Imperial County Sheriff's Office, El Centro Police Department, and the Imperial County District Attorney's Office cooperated in the investigation of the case. The Paycheck Protection Program was devised to assist businesses during COVID-19 pandemic. When businesses adhered to the government restrictions, the loans could be forgiven. Well, a new director is on deck for the director of the Pioneers Museum. Here's more on that story.
They have chosen a new museum director. Caitlin Chavez was named to the position. Museum curator Jörg Huberger said the board felt Caitlin was the best fit for this museum. He said her professional background in higher education and museums, her enthusiasm, and her ideas, along with her personal charm, seemed to be exactly what the museum needs. Chavez moved to the Valley from Southeast Texas in August. She said since moving to the Valley, she has fallen in love with Imperial County's landscape and a local community. Chavez said it was an honor to serve as Pioneer Museum's director. She has worked as an adjunct instructor of art history at Imperial Valley College and as an instructor of arts and humanities at Lamar State College, Orange, in Orange, Texas. She has also worked as an interim in the public relations and curatorial departments at at the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
An arrest has been made in a September 2022 homicide. Yuma County Sheriff's Office deputies have arrested a man suspected of being the guide for a group of individuals who entered the U.S. illegally. The incident occurred on September the 7th of last year in the desert area of the Mohawk Mountain Range. The guide, Efrain Leva Alvarez, 34, was said to be leading the group and is alleged to have caused serious injury to one of the members of the group. Leva Alvarez told other members of the group that the man was injured and would be left behind. After learning of the incident, Border Patrol agents located the deceased victim. The guide was believed to have fled back to Mexico. Following an investigation, Yuma County Sheriff's Office Investigation Bureau, Leva Alvarez was identified. He was later detained by the Border Patrol and turned over to Yuma authorities. He was then booked into Yuma County Detention Center and charged with second-degree murder. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
The food insecurity rate for Imperial Valley is estimated at 17% for all residents. Tragically, it soars to 33% for our children. Imagine 1 of every 3 children are challenged by hunger. The Imperial Valley Food Bank is striving to end hunger in the valley. When kids have nutritious food to eat, they learn more in school, are sick less often, crime declines, and the cycle of poverty can end. This is John Leveda asking you to support the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says dry conditions and colder than normal temperatures are expected across the region. The next weather system will arrive on Friday, bringing breezy conditions near the Colorado River Valley. Heading into the weekend through early next week, freezing temperatures are expected during the early morning hours across the lower desert communities. 64 our high yesterday, 41 the overnight low, 29-mile-an-hour winds measured yesterday afternoon. Today will be sunny with a high near 64, west wind about 5 miles an hour becoming south. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 38, light wind becoming south about 5 miles an hour after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 66, south-southeast wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Those winds will come out of the west tomorrow afternoon. We have 42 degrees downtown with that 70% our relative humidity. Wind out of the west-southwest 5 to 7 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
It's a new year and your neighborhood grocery outlet has new deals for a fresh start. Save big on Slim Fast Keto Meal Bars or Keto Fat Bomb Snack Cups. Assorted varieties are just $3.99. That's a savings of up to 72% versus traditional grocery stores. Also, stock up on Sweetheart Organic Superfood Powders. Assorted varieties are 30% off, and there's no limit. Keep your New Year's resolutions on track with your local grocery outlet. Offers good through January 24th.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action. The Bucks beat the Raptors 130-122. Spurs top the Nets 106-98. Nuggets over the Trailblazers 122-113. 76ers, they beat the Clippers 120-110. NFL football. Yeah, the NFL playoffs continue. Saturday, double dip. Jacksonville Jaguars, Kansas City Chiefs, followed by the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles. On Sunday, it's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Dallas Cowboys. We've got all those games right here on AM 1230 KXO. And after experiencing the first winning season in the Motor City since 2017, Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson has informed the team that he'll return for the 2023 season. Johnson had received serious interest for multiple head coaching vacancies, but decided he'll stay in the Motor City.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And what's going on down under? Rafael Nadal bowed his head during changeovers, rested his elbows on his knees. Yeah, not happy. Yeah, Nadal lost in the Australian Open, the defending champion and number one seed at Melbourne Park. Nadal went down to Mackenzie McDonald 4-4. 7-5 in the second round. Meanwhile, Emma Raducanu bowed out of the Australian Open at the hands of number 7 seed Coco Gauff, but there may be lingering concerns about Raducanu's fitness after the British number 1 clutched at her left side throughout that loss. And Florida quarterback recruit Jaden Rashada requested a release from his national letter of intent after a $13 million name, image, and likeness deal fell through. Rashada's future had been in doubt since he failed to enroll at Florida last week, sending signals that something was amiss. He flipped his commitment from Miami to Florida in mid-November, formally signed with the Gators in December, but now looking for more money. This is college. Has to be something wrong with this picture. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we engineered the truck of the future for everyone. Ford F-150, available with a ProPower onboard generator and a variety of cab configurations for whatever you need to haul. Because the truck of the future isn't created for just a few. It's for America. Ford F-150. Drive one today. Come in now for a huge selection of vehicles, like the 2022 Ford F-150 for 1.9% APR for 60 months, only at your San Diego County Ford dealers. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 1.9% APR financing for 60 months at $1,748 per month. Per thousand financed, regardless of down payment. Residency restrictions apply. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 4/3/2023. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Taking a look at the big board, we see red. The Dow off 212 points, the S&P 500 down 12, the NASDAQ off 18. Gold is up $8.70 an ounce, and oil up $1.64 a barrel. So what's going on? Microsoft plans to lay off 10,000 employees as part of broader cost-cutting measures, according to the company. Speaking before the layoff announcement at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said that the company was not immune to a weaker global economy. Meanwhile, it was a ho-hum end to 2022 for spending in America. U.S. retail sales continued their fall in December, dropping by 1.1% as inflation remained high, according to the Commerce Department. That's the largest monthly decline since December 2021, and practically every category, except for building materials, groceries, and sporting goods, saw sales drop from the prior month. And Party City has filed for bankruptcy protection after years of losses and weak sales. The largest party goods and Halloween specialty retail chain in the U.S. said in a regulatory filing that it reached an agreement with debt holders to cut its $1.7 billion debt load.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
It will be sunny today with a high near 64, west wind about 5 miles an hour becoming south. Partly cloudy tonight with a low around 38, light wind becoming south around 5 miles an hour after midnight. Thursday, sunny with a high near 66, south-southeast wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, becoming west in the afternoon with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 43 degrees, 70% relative humidity, wind out of the west-northwest 3 to 5 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at 4th and Heil, El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best weeks in town.
Burgers and Beer, what I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu, everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
KXO, El Centro, California. It's 8 o'clock.
This is presented by Liberty Mutual.
I'm Steve Kathan. A court appearance this morning outside Boston. A man charged with killing his wife.
After initially being charged with misleading police, Brian Walsh is now being accused of murdering his wife and disinterring a body. Prosecutors say they discovered bags and bags filled with evidence and things belonging to Anna, which included blood and DNA matching both Anna and Brian. Brian is now accused of going online, asking a lot of disturbing questions after his wife was last seen on New Year's Day.
Research how long before a body starts to smell, how to stop a body from decomposing.
James Rojas for CBS News, Boston.
At least 14 people, including government officials, died in Ukraine when a helicopter crashed. CBS's Holly Williams.
There was a fire at the crash site, and Ukraine says 30 people were injured, including 12 children. The country's president, Volodymyr Zelensky, said, quote, "The pain is unspeakable." And among those killed were several senior Ukrainian officials, including the Interior Minister, Denis Monastyrsky. President Zelensky's office said the helicopter was taking the Interior Minister to a hot spot when it went down.
Authorities in D.C. say the number of threats against lawmakers down last year, but still at historically high levels.
Capitol Police say they investigated just over 7,500 threats against members of Congress. That includes both concerning statements and direct threats. Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger told a Senate committee last month that the threat landscape is among the biggest challenges facing his department.
Hate, intolerance, and violence are part of a disturbing trend.
Manger says decreasing violent political rhetoric across the nation is the best way to keep everyone safe. Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
In Newport News, Virginia, where a 6-year-old boy shot and wounded his teacher at school, parents spoke out at a school board meeting about a plan for district metal detectors.
Instead of getting metal detectors, why don't we hire more school safety officers?
Yes.
I recommend increasing the number of school security officers in the elementary schools to 2
Microsoft says today it's slashing 10,000 employees, nearly 5% of the workforce. A new look at inflation in a government report out today. Mark Hamrick of Bankrate.com.
It's some welcome news on inflation. The Labor Department says the main gauge of prices at the wholesale level fell 0.5% in December, a bigger than expected decline. Compared to a year ago, the producer price index was up 6.2%. One big reason why, a sharp decline in energy prices.
The Fed says Chairman Jerome Powell has tested positive for COVID. His symptoms are mild. Right now on Wall Street, the Dow is down 170. This is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Straight Talk Wireless knows there are plenty of reasons you might need a new phone. But switching to a better wireless provider doesn't have to be one of them. Keep your own phone and save when you switch to any Straight Talk Wireless plan, like our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and 5 gigs of hotspot, plus nationwide 5G. Keep your own phone. Switch to a better wireless plan. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. Requires a compatible unlocked phone and KYOP kit. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See latest terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Nachos! Yeah, your nachos!
Hey, I'll take some.
Great. And some Frank's Red Hot.
Oh, nah, I'm good.
Oh, you're just gonna eat these dry, plain, boring nachos with no Franks. Oh, seriously? Frank it up. Frank it up. Come on, lady. Frank it up. Frank it up. Frank it up. Yeah! Yeah, this guy finally gets it. Hey, look, we're on the Jumbotron.
It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat. Frank's Red Hot. I put that on everything.
Gunfire yet again at a power facility in the Carolinas.
An Energy United power substation outside Asheboro, North Carolina is offline after being hit by gunfire. Steve McCashert is a spokesman for the utility.
We got an alarm that one of our pieces of equipment was having some problems. So we dispatched a technician out there. When he got out there, of course, he discovered that multiple pieces of equipment had been damaged.
The incident did not cause power outages. Several substations in neighboring Moore County were shot up in December, knocking out power to 45,000 homes and businesses. Jim Crisula, CBS News, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Police say University of Georgia football player Devin Willock wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the vehicle in the crash that killed him and a recruiting staff member who was driving. Police blame excessive speed for the crash after a national championship celebration. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new play. Nothing is everyday.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for
Carroll Buckley.
Things he says and like you can connect to them.
AM 1230 KXO.